Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Bootcamp Day 3. In the last video, we walked through actually how to set up your ad account itself, anywhere from adding an ad account, adding people to the account, putting all your business information and all those good things to actually activate your ad account. And now we're diving into the ad account itself. This video, we're going to go over campaign structure, campaigns, ad sets, ads, what those three sections on the screen mean, and how to navigate them, and all those little things within it, like a CBO versus an ABO. All those little things we'll talk about, go into more detail in later weeks on what to change and what to do when. But for now, we're going to talk about campaign and campaign structure, but let's just dive straight in. So when you're on this actual screen, there's a bunch of different things you could do, a bunch of different places you could go. There's all ads, actions, active ads, had deliveries, see more, campaign, assets. The only thing you need to worry about when you're on this screen and there's no ads active is the create button. So obviously hit the create button. We have a bunch of different, this is just a blank account. So there's going to be no payment method, no account, whatever. But there's a bunch of different options here. Obviously, most of you guys are going to be here for lead generation, but if you do e-commerce, you'd click sales. Similar process, a little bit different, but we're diving into lead generation. If there's a bunch of sales guys that are out there doing e-commerce, whether that's selling a clothing brand, selling, I don't know, hair care, hair wash, supplement brand, whatever the case may be, selling anything online, you would go into the sales. But for now, we're going to lead generation. So you would just hit leads, hit continue. Okay, so this is going to be the first screen you're going to be on. If we exit out of here, this is going to be in the campaign section. So in the campaign section, this is where we are right now. We'll let this load back up. And now we're back on the campaign screen. So the first thing you could do or should do is name your campaign. Right now it's February, but say we're going to start a campaign for March, which is in a week. We would just name this maybe pressure washing March. Something really simple. If you're doing a specific deal, pressure washing March, 10%. 10% off. Or maybe you're doing sign up now, get $100 off, whatever. Just name your campaign so you could differentiate it from another campaign especially when you're running multiple campaigns at the same time. But for now, we'll just name this just March, 10% off, right? Then we scroll down here. This is the part that trips a couple people up: campaign budget versus ad set budget, ABO, CBO versus ABO. So what a campaign budget is you're putting all your money into the campaign. So you're going to have multiple different ad sets, multiple different ads within the actual ad set. When you do a campaign budget, let's say we're doing a $50 budget on the campaign level. Meta Ads is going to take that $50 and distribute it different ways between your different ad sets. It's not going to distribute it evenly. It's going to go towards the one that might be performing better. Especially at the beginning, it's going to throw its money towards what performs better. But in your eyes, it's like, dang, it didn't even give this ad set a chance. Like, it could give this ad set, if we had two, for example, this ad set $49 and the other ad set $1. So the other ad set's not even getting a chance to grow. So it's like, oh my gosh. But then at the same time, there's a reason for a campaign budget, and it comes in handy. We'll dive more into that later. For now, we'll just do ad set budget, which means we're putting the money on the ad set side. So for now, it's going to say, I'll show you right here, ad set budget. So on the ad set budget, we might put $25, and on our next ad set, we put 25 on that. So it's an even 50-50 split. But anyways, we'll leave that there now. This button you could check if you want or if you don't want. It's just going to share the budget between the two ad sets. And then the rest, you're done. That's all you have to do on the campaign side. And then now we're just going to click this button in the top left and switch over to the ad set side. So similar screen when you click on the ad set. We're going to name our ad set first off. We could do something like, I don't know, videos, 10% off, something simple like that. Then we move down towards the other sections. So the conversion location is where a lot of people mess up, or a lot of people click the wrong thing and they're getting bad leads versus good leads. Each one of these sections are for a different thing, but there's a couple of them that you should really never touch, and a couple of them that are amazing. The main couple, right? So here we have website, instant forms, messenger, Instagram, WhatsApp, and calls. You have website and instant form. You guys can read. But what I like to do, and it's also recommended, is instant forms. So instant forms is when you click the lead, or you click maybe book now or get a quote. A lead does, and a form will instantly pop up, prompting them for their phone number, email, their name, maybe asking them a couple questions like, what specific city do you live in? What specific services are you looking for? Especially for a company that's running maybe pressure washing, gutter cleaning, roof cleaning, driveway cleaning, siding, all those different things. What specific service are you looking for? What's your budget range? Stuff like that. What package are you looking for? You could ask a couple qualifying questions so all the leads coming in are more qualified. So when they do come in, you could call them, see all their answers, and know this is a lead you're looking for versus people just sign up randomly and you're getting a bunch of trash leads, right? So that's good for instant forms. A lot of people also like to do straight to Messenger or Instagram DMs, meaning when they click the lead, they're going to get an instant message from you, just an automated message, and they respond. The only issue with that is a lot of people click it by accident and they get booked as a lead, or not booked as a lead, but they get counted as a lead within your ads manager. So now Facebook is going to be targeting people who look like them, if that makes sense, right? So say I'm not at all interested in power washing or pressure washing, but your ad pops up on my feed and I accidentally click the button and it books me as a lead or counts me as a lead within your ads manager. Facebook is going to try to find more people who look like me. In that way, the activity on Instagram, search up the things I search up. They're going to target people who act like me online. But since I wasn't a real customer, it's kind of going to screw up your whole entire lead pipeline and process. The only thing about Messenger or Instagram DMs that's really good is it's cheap. It's a lot cheaper. Instant forms is still cheap if you have the right ad creative and all the right data and stuff like that. But Messenger is always going to be the cheapest form. It's just you're going to get really low quality and bad leads, and then you're going to wonder why, but it's because you're using Messenger. The next one is calls. You can click the button and they instantly call you. It's also decent, but if they're seeing your ad maybe at 6 p.m. and you close at 5, then you're not going to be active. You're not in your office. There's a bunch of different things that could go wrong when it comes to that. So calls isn't the best, but then there's a bunch of other ones. But the best one, website's good too. You click the link and you go straight to the website, whatever landing page you have them going to. But the best ones you could do is probably instant form, not probably, is instant form. And then it's probably going to be website, then the messenger, and then all the other ones that follow from there. For now, we're just going to go with instant forms. We'll dive more into that in a later video. We're just going to move forward with that. Select Facebook page. I have nothing linked to this right now, but you would click your Facebook page. It would pop up right there. Then you move down. Performance goal. Here, there are two different things you could select. Maximize number of leads versus maximize number of conversion leads. So the top one, maximize number of leads, is going to generally get you more leads. It's going to find you more leads that are willing to, right there, share their contact information, willing to sign up for the form. Versus the second option, the maximize number of conversion leads, is going to find you, Facebook is going to find you more leads that are willing to actually go forward with the job, more likely to convert into an actual job. So there's a difference between the two. Second one's probably going to give you a higher cost per lead, meaning they're going to be more expensive per lead, versus the top one's going to be cheaper because it's going to get you more leads, but they're not generally leads that Facebook thinks that are going to convert. They're less likely to convert in total than the conversion leads are. So it's going to be a little bit cheaper, but you're going to get more of them. And it's all these leads are going to be leads that are interested in the service. It's just the conversion leads are going to be people who are more interested or more targeted or more geared to go forward with the job, which to any business owner is going to sound like a no-brainer to go with the second option, but there's a time and a place for both of them. If you have more money to spend, sure, go for conversion leads. It might take a little bit more time, but obviously you're going to get higher quality. But then you could also just go for leads and get more leads, and everyone's going to be interested in your services. It just might not be as targeted as the second option. So once you're done picking your performance goal, you could scroll past all of this stuff, go all the way down, and if you did an ABO or an ad set budget, select your budget, select your start date, whether you're starting tomorrow or today and just a later date. You would obviously change that. My suggestion, always start on a Monday. A little trick, I guess you could say, is the weekends. Even though it sounds so good, everyone's at home, everyone has the ability to scroll now, they're off from work, they're trying to relax and rest and go on their phone and scroll, so they're going to see my ad on the weekend more likely. You're not wrong. But statistically, the weekends are good for reach. Like you're gonna find more people, like it's gonna be delivered to more people, but they're less likely to convert. On the weekends, people are trying to do just that. They're just trying to scroll, doom scroll, dopamine rush on Instagram feed or Facebook feed, see something funny or controversial, whatever you're into, but they're not really in the mood to purchase something as much, right? They're not looking to just see an ad. They're just looking to relax and calm down. So starting something on the weekend or like starting an ad campaign on Saturday or Sunday isn't the best idea. Always start on a Monday or maybe in the middle of the week. But you're still going to get leads on the weekend. I'm not saying you're not going to get any leads on the weekend. Sometimes people get a lot of leads on the weekend. Great. But it's statistically less likely to give you what you're looking for. So always try to start on a Monday is basically what I'm trying to get here. And the best time to start is usually either at I like to start around 10 a.m., 11:30. 10 a.m. really is that sweet spot because it really starts to grow and hit people on their lunch break. And then by the time it hits dinner time or when people get off from work, the ads warmed up a little bit, right? Versus starting them at 6 p.m. It's like the nighttime's around the corner, and starting them at 6 a.m. Not a lot of people are going to see it, so it's going to be wasting a couple extra dollars. Anyways, we could keep scrolling down here. Next, we're going to hit on audience. For depending on what you're going to do, we're obviously we're going to go into this in the future. Interest campaign, different behaviors, broad campaigns. There are different times for all of those. Right now, we're going to keep it broad, so there's nothing you need to touch here other than locations. We're going to go into targeting more in depth. For locations, if you work in Florida, you could just type in Florida. Boom. And now you're going to only target people in Florida. And then you could also go more in depth and exclude different locations. Like if people, I don't know, if you don't work in specific areas within Florida, like you work in Orlando, but you don't touch Miami, right? You would exclude Miami, only do Orlando, stuff like that. But we'll go into targeting in a different video. So once you selected your location, again, for this example, we're going with Florida, you're done on this page, right? We don't have any lookalike or retargeting audiences, so there's nothing left to do in the audience portion. As we scroll down, nothing left to do in placements. Again, always leave it on Advantage Plus for placements because Facebook knows what they're doing. They're not going to put all their money or placements into stories when you don't get any leads from stories and you mainly get it from the main feed. So Facebook knows what it's doing there. Let's keep it simple. And now we move over to the actual ad portion of things. So on the actual ad side, it's going to be the exact same as the campaign and the ad set. We have to name our ad. For example, for this one, we'll say, I don't know, funny ad March, right? We want to be specific. We don't have to click on the ad every single time we want to see what's in it, right? Just name it funny ad and you know that's the funny ad that you happen to be posting, whatever it may be. Next, we scroll down. This will just be targeting your Facebook page. Again, I have nothing linked to this here. So this is all depending on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to put maybe just an ad creative image, then you would do single image. If you're trying to put an ad creative video, an ad single video. And then if you're trying to do a carousel is, if you don't know what it is, it's when you click that little arrow and you see a bunch of different pictures kind of on a scroll wheel. So if you have, some people like to they do window washing, let's say solar, and they do pressure washing. Maybe you have 3 different ads you want it in a carousel style, so you could click through all 3 ads, or the person can. So you could click carousel and it'll be a different setup, just different pictures. But you'd select that and then you would move forward from there. This selection here, you could turn it on or off. All this is saying is your ad is going to be seen with other people's ads in the area that's similar to what you have going on. Or maybe they're just ads that happen to be within the area. I always say turn it off. Be alone with your ads, right? You don't want to be grouped with a bunch of other people, but some people find success with it. It's, again, all depending on you. You could test it out for a specific ad, run it, see how it works. Maybe do an A/B test with it on and off. Do whatever you want. But for now, we'll just leave it on. For the destination, we have Instant Form. Again, before we chose Instant Form instead of the website or the calls or anything like that. We're going to go more in depth onto what an Instant Form is, how to create one, how to make one look good, how to get good leads, quality leads from it in a future video. So for now, this is just going to be here. We're going to go into that. We could keep scrolling, and this is where we actually put up the ad. Okay, so now let's dive straight into the ad creative side. So we chose a single ad, single image ad. So it's just going to be one image up there. I already have something within the category right here. I searched it up on Google. So it's just like this, a little funny ad, whatever. You can size it how you want to. If you are creating your own ad creatives or have somebody creating them for you, obviously they would size it right. Like the original, there's some gray space versus 1:1. That's perfectly square. It's a little bit more zoomed in. You could go with original. There's never a problem with doing that. It's not really gonna make or break too bad your creative, but obviously if it's fit well and fit right, it's gonna make your business look a little bit more professional. So if you have specific ads for 916 style, or you make your ads in 916 style, it's the best, and you could use this for everything. Or you can make a square version. You never really need a horizontal version. Just keep it original. But these are the different styles you could go with. Again, we're just going to go with original for all of these. So this is a section where you have your different text styles, your primary text, headline, description, and then obviously your call to action. I have a preloaded one that I just scratched together. Calling all homeowners in the Orlando area. Is your driveway dirty and your wife is mad? Well, we got you covered. Pressure washing, window washing, roof cleaning, gutter cleaning. You might say something like, book now for 10% off spring cleaning special. Something like that. Call us at your phone number, or you don't even have to put the at, just call us, your phone number, whatever case may be. For a headline, you could write something like book now 10% off, or 10% off spring special, whatever the case may be. Again, and then for description, you never really have to worry about description. It really doesn't matter all that much. These are the main two that you're going to see. This is the main one you're going to see on Facebook. These are the main two you're going to see. Description, don't even worry about it. This is the most important though, is your call to action. So when it comes to the call to action, there's only a couple of different options that are going to be specific to lead generation, like get your offer, get your quote, sign up, book now, maybe even learn more if you want. The best ones, in my opinion, get a quote, book now are the two main ones you're going to use. Learn more is a good one as well. But book now, get a quote. If someone's interested in getting their 10% off spring cleaning special, they're going to want to get a quote now, or book now. Or you could have something also like book now for 10% off cleaning special, get a free quote. Get a free quote. Oh my gosh. Get a free quote. There we go. And I messed up cleaning. But then you could just put this as get a free quote. But if you're using book now language, then you want to use book now. Again, it's kind of just common sense. But once you select that, you go to next. Now, this is where you put enhancements. You don't need it. Don't really mess with it unless you really want to, but you don't need to mess with any of this. If anything, it's just distractions. Like, you don't need animations on your static image. It's going to distract the whole point of the ad itself. You're trying to get homeowners. You're not trying to get like artists, right? You skip all this. This is basically what I'm trying to say. Skip the enhancements, hit the done button, and you have your ad created, right? The headline's there, primary text is there, the ad is there. All this is good and ready to go. You can scroll down here. You can connect your CRM. If you have a website, obviously you'd connect your website. Creative testing. You don't need to touch this button unless you're testing a bunch of different styles, but we'll get into that. This is basically the new ABO based off the new Andromeda update. This Andromeda update is kind of putting everybody in a stir. It's making everything super difficult. But again, we'll dive deep into what that Andromeda update was and what it did and how to beat it, and make sure you're on top. And that's where this creative testing comes in to play. But for now, you don't even need to worry about it. You could just run the ad as it normally is. This is everything you do on the ad side. Now you would hit publish. I don't have a payment method set up, so it's not going to publish for me, but you would hit this publish button again. But it would pop up here. It would be active and ready to go. And then whatever date you set it, for example, if I set it for tomorrow at 10 a.m., tomorrow at 10 a.m. it would release. And based off the money you put in, it would slowly drip in money throughout the day. You'd see the leads come in, call them, book them as a job, and you're ready to go. And once you come back to this screen, you're officially done with the process. You've released your first campaign. Congratulations. You have your campaign set up, ad set up, ad set up. You could put different ads within the ad set, multiple different ad sets, but depending on what you're doing. But on the base level, you've done it. And that's what's most important. But in the future weeks, we're going to really dive into how to analyze the data, how to make good creatives, how to make a good landing page, because this is the simple stuff that a lot of people start with, and this is where they get into that set and forget mindset where they say, okay, my campaign's up, I'm done. You're not even close. This is the easiest part. This is maybe 10% of the battle, right? The other 90% is what makes your ad successful or fail horribly and you get no leads. So stay tuned. We're going to go over all those specific things in the future. But for now, what you could do is like, subscribe, and hit that post notification bell so you know every single time I post. Also, comment down below any questions you have, or if you have any specific questions you want help with or need me to answer, or if you're interested in working, sure. Hit my Instagram. It's going to be down below. Text me any of those questions, or if you want to have a broad question, just leave in the comment section down below, and I'll make sure to address it. But for now, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next week where we're going to dive a little bit deeper into all of this mess and really get a little bit more advanced for you folks who need that help. But I'll see you next week on that video on day 4 of the boot camp.